Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is From Left to Right USA, and you are watching the Captain's Quarters Show, and I am your host, the Captain. The topic of this video is the Chicago mother and son duo that have been charged with the murder of a 32-year-old man there in Chicago, Illinois. This happened at a restaurant. They were picking up some food. There was an argument that ensued, and then shots were fired, leaving a 32-year-old man dead. This is basically a viral video that has surfaced around this incident, and a lot of people have really been taken up for the mother and son, okay, that have been arrested and charged with murder. The reason why I really wanted to talk about this is because I saw this come out. I watched the initial video, okay, of the argument. I'm not going to show the argument video, but I will have video of the incident and some of the background that you didn't see in that viral video. So I saw the video, I saw the viral video, right, of the man and the lady arguing, and where he threatened to hit her, and then he did strike her at least once, if not twice, and then you hear the gunshot in the background. So I saw that video, and people were jumping on it, saying they supported the mother, they supported the son, they thought that they were within their right to do what they did to defend themselves, all right, at least the son to defend his mother. I almost made a post about it, and something told me, just wait a little bit. There has to be more background to this, because anytime personally that I see a clip, like a 20-30 second clip, a minute clip, and it only shows the climax of the situation and then the result, there's always something that happened beforehand, right? And then sometimes there's things that happen after the video that you don't see. So you need to be aware of all that. And so I said, you know what, let me take my time. Let me not react to it right off. Let me wait for some more info to come out. More info came out. And so I am going to read this article that explains the charges and all of that. And then I'm going to play the video that maybe a lot of people did not see in relation to the shooting. So let me pull this up. Okay, now from CWB Chicago. And let's read this together. Egged on by mom, 14-year-old boy killed man at Chicago restaurants, according to prosecutors. Okay, let's get down here. Okay, so prosecutors on Thursday accused a Chicago woman of encouraging her 14-year-old son to shoot two people during an altercation at a fast food restaurant over the weekend, resulting in one man being killed. But note, they're charged. It says that she encouraged him to kill two people. Okay, so there's another person that was on the list of people to be hit in this incident. Now, the boy did not shoot the second person. Says now the mother and son are both charged with first-degree murder. It is in the court's opinion highly disturbing that the defendant would encourage her 14-year-old son to be armed with a firearm and fire shots at a victim on the streets of Chicago, according to Judge Barbara Dawkins. Let's see here. She ordered Hood to pay $300,000 bail deposit to be released on electronic monitoring. All right. So the lady is Carlishia Hood. She's 35 years old. The victim was Jeremy Brown. He was 32 years old. Now it says that her son remained in the car, and Hood, the mother, a concealed carry holder. Okay, so she has a concealed carry permit. Left her firearm in the glove compartment. So she left it in the vehicle in the glove compartment with her son while she went into the restaurant to get food. While Hood stood at the order counter, Jeremy Brown arrived at the restaurant and the two began arguing. Okay, they had never met before. Now, what I haven't really seen talked about is what they were arguing about. I personally, I can almost guarantee she started the argument. I can almost guarantee he was probably minding his business and something triggered her and she got to talking and he wasn't the bigger person to walk away. And so it kept intensifying and got to where it got to. But I can almost guarantee she was the starter of this whole altercation. It says during the altercation, Hood texted her son outside and pointed at Brown. So she literally texted her son like, "Hey, I need you to come in, bring the gun or whatever," and pointed at Brown so he knew who to go to. A female customer laughed at the argument and egged on Brown. So the man, Jeremy Brown. So that's a part. That's a piece to it too. People often do that type of stuff. They see an altercation and then they laugh, and it stokes the flames of the situation rather than de-escalating it. Other people will chime in, and it gets worse. So as this situation did. Okay, so it goes on to say, moments later, Hood's son entered the store with his hands in his hoodie pocket. McCord said the argument turned physical, with Brown punching Hood in the head at least 3 times, okay, near the pickup window. After the first punch, Hood's son drew her firearm from his hoodie and shot Brown in the back. Okay, Brown ran from the restaurant with Hood's son following. Hood ordered her son to shoot and kill Brown, McCord alleged. She said the boy continued firing at Brown, who died of his injuries. So apparently he shot him about 2 more times outside the restaurant when he was on the ground already. Let's see here. Okay, so this is terrible. Okay, Hood and her son, who have no criminal histories, surrendered to police on Wednesday. Her defense attorney said she is a crossing guard for the city of Chicago. She also volunteers at New Hope Church, organizing children's activities, the lawyer said. That may or may not be true. But that's not how you handle disputes. Okay. Now I'm going to take that away, and then I'm going to bring up the video. Okay, this video is probably video that you may not have even seen. So it gives you a different perspective other than that viral video. Okay, so all right, let me blow this up. And let's watch.
Her son to commit murder in a West Pullman restaurant. The mother and son are now charged, both of them. Elizabeth Matthews joins us now with more on this developing story. Elizabeth?
Yeah, not only that, mom, who's accused of giving those shoot-to-kill orders, is now being held on $3 million bail. Parts of that shooting were actually captured on this restaurant's surveillance video, which helped the witnesses identify the suspects to police. So this all happened Sunday night, police tell us, just after 11 o'clock, about 11:05 p.m. 35-year-old Carlishia Hood and her 14-year-old son arrived at the Maxwell Street restaurant on South Halstead at 117th. Hood went in for food. Her son waited in the car. Prosecutors say that's when she began arguing with this man, 32-year-old Jeremy Brown, who was also inside ordering food at the time. Hood began texting her son, who appeared in the doorway, hands in his pockets. A fight became physical between Hood and the victim. The victim was able to punch the woman once. That's when prosecutors say the boy pulled out a gun, fired a single shot to the victim's back, followed him outside, kept firing, striking him fatally twice in the back.
Once outside of the restaurant, while the co-defendant was still shooting at the victim, the defendant instructed her son, the co-defendant, to continue to shoot and kill the victim. Once the co-defendant finished shooting the victim, the defendant turned her focus towards witness 1. she began pointing at witness 1 and instructing her son to shoot her.
Okay, so you see the scenario. Okay, from my perspective, so I'm going to insert my opinion about the situation. I believe that the mother, this lady, or Carlishia Hood, I believe that she started the argument. Okay, and then it got to a level where then she brought her 14-year-old son into the situation and used him basically to do what she wasn't going to do. You know, she wanted him to come and take care of business on her behalf. But I think at the very least, even if she didn't start it, she kept the flames going and made it more intense of a situation than it had to be. So that's partly her fault. And then also Jeremy Brown, the guy who is dead now, he played a huge role in it as well because he wasn't a bigger man to walk away from this lady who was just talking. Okay, he threatened her. You heard him multiple times in the viral video. He told her what he was going to do, and then he did it. So I don't necessarily feel bad for him either because he was in the wrong 100%. She was in the wrong 100%. And then her son got brought into the situation. He wasn't going to tell his mama no. So she controlled that situation, really. He's a minor. You know, I blame him too. But then again, that's his mother, and she's giving him a direct order. Basically, she gave him a direct order to do something, and he just carried it out. He didn't do everything because she told him to shoot the witness, who was, I think, the girlfriend of Jeremy Brown, and he didn't shoot her for whatever reason. So I'm glad he didn't do that. But there's a lot of blame to go around here. This is not self-defense. You can't be in a situation, in an argument, continuing to intensify the argument, and then when it gets to a point where you're on the losing end of the situation, you bring in another party to come do something, and then not only did they leave it at that, they took it outside of the restaurant, and the man was defenseless on the ground, and he shot him again multiple times. So, and she told him to shoot somebody else who's a witness to the situation. There's no self-defense on that. So it may have been self-defense at one point. It turned into something different. That's what that's how I see it. If y'all think differently, let me know in the comments. But I think that's pretty much cut and dry. I don't think there's any way around that, man. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on this situation. If y'all will leave me a comment, let me know what y'all think about this. Was she in the right? Was she in the wrong? Does the deceased, does he play a role in, was he right or wrong in what he did? Do you feel bad about him being expired, unalived, right, from his actions? Do you believe he had any part of that? Let me know. Leave me a like. Also share this video with a friend and hit that subscribe. I appreciate y'all so much. Until next time, this has been the Captain's Quarters Show on From Left to Right USA on YouTube and Rumble. And I'm also on Facebook at From Left to Right USA. And I was your host, the Captain. Until next time,